What's in a name? Take the name Texas Dentists for Medicaid Reform. It's a 3-month-old special interest group in Austin. After News 8's stories of more than $700 million of questionable Medicaid dental spending over the last 4 years, there's evidence that the system needs reform. But is reform really what Texas Dentists for Medicaid Reform is about? News 8 investigates. Texas Dentists for Medicaid Reform has all the right labels and buzzwords. The state capital, the Texas Star, the word reform. But who are they? Last week, TDMR, as it calls itself, had a dinner in Austin. Their website invited the public. We weren't allowed in. An email informed us the meeting was private. How many donors do you have? Who are your donors?
Again, donors can be anonymous, and a lot of them don't want their names mentioned.
How many members are in TDMR?
We don't have members. We basically take donations from people that are interested in our cause.
But a look at the name tags outside the dinner shows some of the invited guests have two things in common. The state has cut off their Medicaid payments, alleging they've committed fraud. And some of their online identities come from the same place. This office labeled SLS Limousines at a strip mall in Austin. It's home to the TDMR website, home to a website for Dr. Richard Maloof of Dallas, a dentist who's being criminally investigated for fraud, and home to the website of Harlingen Family Dentistry, owned by Dr. Juan Villarreal. Harlingen Family Dentistry has had more than $1 million in payments held up because the state alleged Harlingen committed fraud. Villarreal won an appeal, but still hasn't gotten his money. Villarreal founded Texas Dentists for Medicaid Reform. Basically, this is all about getting your money.
Not so much about money. It's basically about what's going on that is not due process. That's the main concern.
TDMR says its contributors, who appear to be high-volume, high-income dentists, want reform for them. But Dr. Morna Staffel, a dentist in Fort Worth, has another perspective.
I don't think there's a group that is speaking out for the legitimate and ethical dentists, whether they're general dentists or pediatric dentists.
Her office regularly has to redo work done by some of the dental chains supporting TDMR.
Yesterday, in fact, I had to redo treatment on 3 different children that had been treated at another dental clinic within a 12-month period that I would say 80% of the restorations that had been placed were either improperly placed or done incorrectly or failing.
That work needs to be redone, but getting Medicaid to pay for it is a slog.
It's very time-consuming, requires a lot of my office staff time, and in the end, if we don't do the treatment, the child gets hurt.
Dr. Staffel wants parents to know they have a choice in dentists, and if they feel their children aren't getting treated properly, they can go elsewhere. Texas Dentists for Medicaid Reform has hired a lobbyist. It says it wants due process for all Medicaid dentists who've had their money held up. 39 dental chains are in that position. So in the end, rather than wanting dental reform, TDMR wants dental reform for 39 groups to get their money from Texas. Byron Harris, Channel 8 News.